Well, welcome to the channel, viewers. Dr. J.W. Ayub, theologist. This is the post-pandemic vaccine therapy journey, episode 5, when medical trust became entangled with pressure. In the previous episode, I examined how children absorb fear, instability, and emotional deregulation during the pandemic years before fully understanding what was happening around them. But another fracture was forming simultaneously. Medical trust itself was beginning to change psychologically. At first, many people still believed medicine existed outside politics, pressure, and social coercion. Hospitals represented care, doctors represented guidance, nurses represented compassion, and medical systems represented safety. And during genuine emergency conditions, many people understandably turned toward medical authority, searching for reassurance, stability, and protection. But over time, another emotional tension began emerging beneath the public message. Care increasingly felt connected to pressure. Appointments became emotionally loaded. Conversations became cautious. Questions became socially dangerous. And people started sensing that uncertainty itself was becoming unwelcome. Not everywhere, not with every practitioner, but enough that many ordinary people began feeling psychologically conflicted inside medical environments they previously trusted automatically. And that contradiction matters deeply, because trust depends partly upon the belief that concern can be honestly spoken without punishment, humiliation, exclusion, ridicule, or fear. Once people begin emotionally calculating whether honesty is safe inside medical conversations, psychological trust weakens. Some people felt pressure, some people felt rushed, some people felt dismissed, some felt emotionally cornered. Others feared losing employment, travel access, social inclusion, medical access, ordinary participation if they hesitated publicly. And eventually, many viewers. And eventually many people stopped experiencing medical language neutrality. The nervous system began associating certain phrases with pressure itself. Safe, responsible, compliant, protected, approved, necessary. And for some listeners, those words no longer feel medically calm. They feel psychologically heavy, because beneath the language sat another fear. What happens if I disagree? And that internal calculation changes the body. People begin monitoring tone carefully, editing questions carefully, suppressing concerns carefully, searching online secretly, avoiding conflict, performing reassurance externally while carrying uncertainty internally. And that hidden split exhausts people psychologically, especially when combined with social pressure, institutional messaging, employment threat, media repetition, and fear of public humiliation. And for some, the deepest wound was not disagreement itself. It was feeling that informed consent had emotionally drifted toward conditional participation inside ordinary life. And the person remained technically free, but the consequences surrounding refusal became psychologically overwhelming enough that many no longer experience the environmental as fully voluntary internally. And that perception leaves residue. Some now avoid doctors entirely unless absolutely necessary. Some distrust pharmaceutical language automatically. Some feel anxiety during medical appointments. Some feel guilt for complying against conscience. Some feel guilt for pressuring others. Some feel anger. Others feel confusion because they still value medicine while simultaneously feeling psychologically injured by parts of the pandemic era response surrounding it. And that paradox must be handled carefully, because therapy cannot heal through simplification. Not every doctor acted coercively. Not every institution acted maliciously. Not every decision emerged from corruption. Fear was real. Illness was real. Pressure was real. But psychological injury can also become real when people feel trapped between bodily fear, institutional pressure, social threat, moral obligation, employment survival, and uncertainty. They no longer feel emotionally safe expressing openly. And once care becomes psychologically entangled with coercion, rebuilding trust becomes extremely difficult, especially when many people still feel their experiences were either mocked, denied, exaggerated, politicized, or dismissed entirely. Truthful therapy does not require hatred toward medicine, nor blind trust towards institutions. It requires enough honesty to acknowledge that many people experience genuine psychological injury once medical care, social participation, institutional pressure, fear conditioning, employment survival, and moral obligation became emotionally fused together during prolonged emergency conditions. If medical environments still trigger anxiety, trust, hypervigilance, or emotional tension now, that reaction may not mean irrationality. It may mean the nervous system remembers when care stopped feeling fully separate from pressure. Because the pandemic did not only test physical health systems, it tested the emotional architecture of trust itself. So I ask you to listen to my closing statement. Many people did not lose trust in medicine completely. They lost the feeling that medical environments remained emotionally safe places for honest uncertainty under pressure. I'm Dr. J.W.A. Youb, theologist, since 1994. Like and subscribe to encourage me to do more. Comment to educate me, and share to help somebody else. I'll see you in the next episode when employment became conditional upon compliance.